Today, I want to go ahead and talk about the importance of patience when entering a position. I have a live trade that I want to share with you guys on Amazon. Took it off a retest and a flag breakout, but the move did not go in my favor as quickly as you may like. I had a strict stop loss, which I like to have before entering any trade. And my trading style is that I will hold the position until it hits my stop. I need to give it the wiggle room and I need to have the patience to let the trade work out. This was a great example today on Amazon where I gave it the patience it needed and the move ended up going in my favor. We're also going to go ahead and touch on how we can maximize profits with patience as well, letting the stock move up on the 9 EMA, using that 9 EMA as your guide. I have all of this live for us to review today. I think this is a great learning lesson on patience, on trade entries, and giving a trade the wiggle room that it needs. I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do after watching, press that like button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure to come hang out in the pre-market live streams every single morning starting at 8 a.m. All right, guys, so before we go over the live trade, I want to do some analysis with you on Amazon on the hourly chart to give you an idea of why I entered where I did and what was I looking at for my trade entry. So here on Amazon, guys, this is the hourly chart. Now, in the pre-market live stream this morning, we were talking about the 109.50 level. We were looking at a previous high from last week around 109.50, and I was saying that if I could see a break and retest of this previous high to the upside, then I would look to enter calls and look to see if I could play it higher. We got that early morning, and that is why I entered this position. So we'll break this down in a little bit of a shorter time frame, but looking at this hourly chart, we can clearly see the previous resistance that was coming in here around this 109.50, and we are seeing it right here from Wednesday of last week, and we were seeing it here from Monday of last week as well, and I wanted to see if I could get that break and retest above that level, of course, along with the strong NASDAQ, which we did see this morning. So if we go down to the 1 minute chart, I just want to show you guys the trade entry in the post-mortem analysis, and then we'll go into the live trade. So you guys can see that green area that I marked out on the hourly, it came into play right here this morning. You can see that we had a little bit of a retest of this 109.50. We created this flag pattern, and this is why I entered this trade. So now that you can see why I entered this trade, the entry that I was looking for, the break and retest, let's go ahead and run the trade live. Let's get a good example of when I entered, the patience that I needed to let this work, and then let's go ahead and talk about how we can maximize these wins using the 9 EMA, using it as your guide for your exit after entering the position. So I'm about to run the live clip from this morning in the voice chat where I trade live every single day. You're going to see where I entered, the reasoning behind that entry, and then the most important part, the stop loss that I was using. The stop loss that I was using was that 109.50 retest level, and as long as Amazon was holding above that 109.50, I wanted to give it the patience that it needed. I wanted to give it the wiggle room to allow this trade to work out. You will see that it traded sideways for about 10 minutes. Didn't really work in my favor as quickly as I would have liked, but I did not want to get out of this trade just because I was impatient and just because I was trying to micromanage. So let's go ahead and run that clip real quick, and then we will recap. Yeah, I'm sort of liking that Amazon flag, actually. Yeah, guys, I'm going to take Amazon there. I'm going to take a 110 call with the stop under 109.50. Yeah, Amazon's getting stuck, but the NASDAQ looks good. That's why I'm willing to hold here. NASDAQ's keeping me in it, though. NASDAQ's giving me the sign that it wants to continue. So I'm going to hold, but definitely being careful here. Definitely looks like it's struggling a little bit. All right, new highs Amazon, nice. I'm going to scale out a little bit of Amazon here. Just take some profits off after that excruciating hold. Make sure I'm locking some in there. Very nice. I'm going to take a little bit more off on Amazon here, guys, just in case it pulls back. All right, I like this pullback on Amazon. Still looks pretty strong, willing to hold a little longer. So you guys were able to see in that live trading that I did get in on that bull flag, and it really was sort of wicking around on me for quite a while. Now, the reason that this required a lot of patience was because at the same time, the NASDAQ was pushing higher and Amazon really wasn't working for me. But I stayed in the trade because it continued to hold my stop loss level. And I think this is something that is quite important, guys. If you are entering trades, have that stop loss before you enter and make it some type of a structured trade. Have some structure to your trade entries. Know that if the stock stays above this level, I think it is still bullish. If it goes below this level, then this needs to be my exit. Having that stop loss on your chart, charting it out, making sure that you're watching that level could be the little kick that you need psychologically to exit that trade. A lot of us at times will not sort of respect our stop losses. For me, I like to put the stop on the chart, give myself an idea of where that level is. So if I see a candle below that level, then I have to have that psychological kick that tells me that I need to get out. I need to limit my loss here and move on and look for another trade. Now that we touched on the trade entry, we talked a little bit about that stop loss and how to have patience in your trade, making sure that you are staying in the position as long as it's above your stop. I want to touch on the topic of letting winners ride and trying to milk out additional profits on the positions that you take. To illustrate this, I want to run the live trade on Amazon again and share with you guys how this stock continued to move higher off the 9 EMA for about 10 to 15 minutes. You could see in the live trade that I'm about to run that you can see every single time that the stock pulled back to the 9 on the 1 minute chart, it bounced off of it. My exit on my position was as soon as I saw the stock drop below the 9 EMA on the 1 minute. Using this 9 EMA, once the stock starts to trend, is a great way to give yourself some structure, give yourself an idea of where the exit is. Hold it as long as it's on the 9. Once it breaks through, exit the position. That's what I trade with. That's how I manage my trades, and I want to show you guys a live example of that right now. Nice little 9 EMA retest on Amazon there. That looks like it could pop. All right, might be time to get out of Amazon here. I'm out, guys. Taking my W. That's it. So you saw that pretty nice ride on the 9 EMA. Of course, it was only with one contract left, so I really didn't get too much more out of that position, but it's more about the concept of letting that winner ride no matter how many contracts you have. For me at the time, I was happy with the wins that I had, and I felt like not risking any more money, so I really just let one ride, see if I can milk out any additional profit. Now, in hindsight, I want to go to the charts and share with you guys. After that 9 EMA broke, I want to share with you what Amazon did. So if we look at the 1 minute chart here, guys, you can see my trade entry was back here around 950. I got in on this flag breakout, rode this thing to the upside off the 9 EMA, and right here was my exit. The first break of the 9 EMA, and look at what Amazon has done since. The first break of the 9 EMA, all the way up around 10:25 a.m., up around $111 per share. After that 9 EMA broke, look at the 9 EMA to the downside. So this can be used to both directions, but that was the perfect exit on Amazon using that 9 EMA as your guide. One thing that I want to point out about the 9 EMA is that it is only strong in a trending market. Once the stock starts to go sideways, like this on Amazon right here, you can see that the 9 EMA starts to become pretty irrelevant. So I only like to use this 9 EMA when a stock is in a strong uptrend or downtrend. Once a stock starts to trade sideways, the 9 EMA and any moving average starts to become pretty irrelevant to your trade. So guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video, showed you guys the patience that I had for that Amazon trade, giving you an idea of how I enter these trades and how I manage them at the very infancy of the position. And then once the trade works for me, showing you guys how I try to maximize profits using that 9 EMA, riding it to the upside and getting out as soon as I see it break below. If you enjoyed this video, if you found value from it, press that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you want to trade live with me every single day, check out the Discord chat down below. This trade was called out live with the chat. Congratulations to you guys that took it with me, and congratulations on a pretty nice day today. Thank you guys so much. Press that like button, subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.